Welcome to our deep dive into the world of elite hammer throwing. Today we explore how Camryn Rogers is challenging one of the greatest records in track and field history. We'll break down the physics, biomechanics, and mental strength behind her recent performances and examine what it will take to surpass the legendary mark set by Anita Włodarczyk. Who is Camryn Rogers and why is she making headlines? Camryn Rogers is a Canadian hammer thrower who recently achieved a personal best while breaking her national record. Her throw placed her among the top distances ever recorded in the sport, putting her on the path to potentially challenge the world record held by Anita Włodarczyk. What is the current gap between Camryn Rogers and the world record? Rogers' recent best throw is slightly below the world record. In elite hammer throwing, this difference is very small in percentage terms but requires extraordinary precision, speed, and timing to overcome. The challenge is no longer purely about strength but about optimizing every part of the throw. How does physics play a role in the hammer throw? The hammer throw is governed by circular motion. The athlete generates force to accelerate the hammer along a circular path, and the distance of the throw depends heavily on the hammer's velocity at release. Because velocity impacts distance exponentially, even a small increase in speed can have a significant effect on the final result. What is the key to transferring energy effectively in the throw? Effective energy transfer involves a smooth sequence from the lower body through the core and into the arms. Any disruption in timing or form reduces the hammer's velocity. Top throwers like Rogers and Włodarczyk achieve near-perfect efficiency, ensuring that almost all the power generated by their muscles contributes to the hammer's motion. How does the four-turn technique contribute to throw distance? The four-turn technique allows athletes to build rotational momentum. By gradually increasing angular velocity through each turn, the thrower maximizes the speed of the hammer at release. Rogers' technique emphasizes maintaining balance and a long radius, which increases the linear speed of the hammer along its path. Why is ground contact so important in the hammer throw? During each turn, the athlete applies force to the ground to accelerate the hammer. Elite throwers minimize ground contact time while maximizing force. This precise timing creates more kinetic energy, which translates into greater throw distance. Small adjustments in footwork can have a measurable impact on results. What is the ideal release for a world record throw? The ideal release combines velocity, angle, and height. The hammer must leave the athlete's hand at maximum speed, at an optimal angle, and with perfect timing. Even a tiny deviation in angle or a slight hesitation in speed can reduce the distance significantly. Environmental conditions like wind and air density also influence the throw. How do external factors like wind and stadium conditions affect the throw? Tailwinds and favorable air conditions can provide marginal gains in distance. Stadium design and airflow patterns may also slightly assist the hammer in achieving extra meters. At the elite level, these marginal differences can be decisive in breaking records. What separates Camryn Rogers from previous world record holders? Rogers combines dynamic athleticism with increasingly refined technique. While her raw strength and rotational speed are already exceptional, her focus is now on efficiency and precision under extreme G-forces. Compared to past champions, she is slightly more aggressive in her approach, aiming to push past limits through biomechanical optimization. Is breaking the world record achievable for Camryn Rogers? Yes, it is achievable. She is approaching the performance level of the record holder. Success will require perfect timing, ideal release conditions, and peak mental focus. The record is no longer untouchable, and with continued refinement, she is in a strong position to achieve it. How does mental strength contribute to elite hammer throwing? Mental composure is crucial. Throwers experience extreme forces, and timing must be executed flawlessly. Any hesitation or distraction can compromise a throw. Champions like Rogers and Włodarczyk demonstrate remarkable focus, ensuring that their physical abilities are fully realized in each attempt. Finally, Camryn Rogers is redefining what is possible in women's hammer throw. By combining strength, technique, and mental focus, she is poised to challenge one of the longest-standing world records. The future of the sport may see her name etched into history as one of the all-time greats. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to follow her journey, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.